I can only carry 5, but which 5 do I choose? Oh no. It's 4. I'll memorize the last one. Oh gosh. Now that I'm safe, I can explain why I chose the 5 books that I did and why I chose the book I chose to become. So with me I have the Bible, The Spoke by Christine Barnett, Anthem by Ayn Rand, Surviving the Angel of Death by Eva Moses Coase and Lisa Rojani Bukiri, and Jack London's Call of the Wild, which is the book I chose to become. And I'll explain why I chose the 4 books that I did, as well as why I chose The Call of the Wild as the book I chose to become. I have with me the Bible. This is one of the 4 books I chose to save, as the Bible provides a moral layout and faith base that creates an ultimate purpose to both society and its individuals. This book emphasizes the value of people and counters society ideas that might depreciate the value of individuality through confirming unity. It's a critical book to save because it gives a reason to life. It gives a purpose to live. And that's a trait that can very much lack in a society where the highest purpose one might serve is in aiding the government. And that is why I chose the Bible as one of my 4 books to save. On to the next one. My next book is The Spoke by Christine Barnett. This book is written by a mother whose son, at the age of 2, was diagnosed with autism. And she was told by everyone around her, the teachers, the doctors, that her son was never going to amount to much, that he was not going to even learn how to tie his own shoe. But instead of listening to them, she rather encouraged her son and pushed him to do his hardest and followed her own path. And today, this son of hers is the next Einstein. And this book, The Spoke, portrays the struggle to discover the incredible in everyday life. And while it doesn't encompass the drastic themes that the other books show, it instead provides an emphasis on what encouraging and nurturing the incredible and unique gifts of individuals, even through the discouraging of both society and life, can do, and what that encouraging can accomplish. And that is why I chose this book as one of my books to save. The next book I chose to save is Surviving the Angel of Death. This book is placed in World War II during the Holocaust and goes through the story of a 10-year-old girl, Eva, and a twin, and the horrors they suffer through at the hands of Joseph Mengele, who is the Angel of Death. This book provides a realistic expression of the horror that human nature is capable of performing, as well as the terror that human nature is capable of feeling. It's an extreme emotional stretch that this book encompasses. And I think that's a very important aspect, as through these extremes, the main character, Eva, displays that the only way she has managed to survive through this tough time is through the dependence and love on her sister, which places love as a very, very powerful theme in this book as well as in life, which to me makes this book a very important tool to future civilizations, because it shows that without love, we are not as strong as we could be, and that through love, we are more than we are capable of. And this is why I thought this book was important enough to be saved. The final book I chose to save is Ayn Rand's Anthem. This book shows the value in expressing oneself and displays themes such as love, loyalty, freedom, and strength. The main character in this book, Equality, begins the story by identifying himself as a we, until he finally manages to progress to a point where he can identify himself as an I. The book teaches that individuality should be expressed, and that just because people might have different places in society, or that one person might be more skilled at a different task than another, that it isn't a bad thing, and that kind of thing shouldn't be suppressed to a point where nobody has any individuality left. It also depicts that a society where people are able to express unique skills and ability can actually create a more developed and stronger society than a society where people are repressed to a point of confining unity as they are in this book. That is why I chose this book as one of my 4 books to save. The book I chose to become is Jack London's Call of the Wild. This book has a plethora of crucial themes that makes it a necessity to future societies and generations. It goes through the eyes of Buck, a dog who lives the life of luxury. That is, until he's captured and forced into the life of an Arctic sled dog runner. This book portrays themes of brutality, perseverance, suffering, loyalty, and respect. It appears to basic primitive human nature by showing it through the eyes of an animal, going through a raw outlet of an animal, whereas instead of a human, where our emotions are typically more complex. And by going through this raw outlet, it allows the book to display the themes of perseverance and suffering and brutality more easily. And the reason I think this is an important book to teach to future societies is that there are times in the book where Buck, the main dog character, thinks he's gonna break. There are points where he thinks he has pushed himself too far or he's being pushed too far. But he perseveres through those points and discovers traits about himself, discovers new virtues about himself, valuable things that he never would have discovered if he hadn't gone the extra mile. And that's a very crucial thing, I think, that needs to be taught to future societies, because there's so many people who do not go that extra mile, who do not push themselves, and in that way lack that possibly extremely valuable trait that they could discover about themselves if they persevere through that. And that is why I chose The Call of the Wild as the book I wish to become. And that is the end of my literature preserval project.